Hello, my people. Welcome to another great edition here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. It's an exciting edition, one that we get to delve into everything that has been going on in the past few hours. There's an update for you here from me on Fiifi-Manfred. So stick and stay. Let's get into the conversation, guys. Of course, if you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome to aboard to Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. There's a lot of things to get into, the details. There's a lot of content for us to delve into. Again, if you are old, thank you very much for choosing us. Make sure you turn on notification. You do index notification. Make sure you do choose all, and then we have a very good conversation in there on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, guys. God bless you. Also, say offer a link no share. If you're on any group at all, any Chelsea group, please do all to share the content for us. Do all to share the link. Fatu group BRU, Chelsea group, Manchester United group, Real Madrid group, Paris Saint-Germain group, Barcelona group, every group that you are in. Do all to share the content in there. Let other people get also. Turn on notifications so that you are first to get the content once it comes to. Please don't hesitate to share the content. Thank you very much. My name is Fiifi-Manfred. There is a lot to unpack for you. So finally, Chelsea have met their agent of this very talented midfielder, this very talented winger. Now, so you see, a lot of the clubs in Europe are beginning to feel like this boy is the new sensation in terms of the unorthodox wingers. Now, so say Washa, in recent times, what happens with wingers is that these days, most teams want wingers that can play as inside 10. So somebody like a Cole Palmer, somebody like a Mohamed Kudus, waiting number from outside, but also will come inside and then occupy the half space, because essentially, say most teams are buying 4-2-3-1 no more ball. There is the fullbacks go very high and wide, and there's something we call minimal width in build up. One person of fullbacks may push it very high early, so the weights they have minimal width when you are building up. But when they are done building up, they're able to push very high and wide and occupy as wingers, as orthodox wingers. Your wingers are coming. Again, these nimble-footed wingers, like I've already said, they're supposed to be nimble-footed. They're supposed to have very good close control, like a CM. They're supposed to have that creative ability, wide creators in there. And Chelsea have looked at about 4 of them. The top 2 in them is Nico Williams of Athletic Bilbao. Of course, Athletic Bilbao's Nico Williams has a Ghanaian descent. He is actually Bucks and raised, but then he was born in Ghana to Ghanaian parents, and of course his brother Inaki Williams does play for Ghana. So it's a thing that's there. But the winger or no the big one now everybody's talking about is a guy called Yohan Bakayoko. So Yohan Bakayoko, a player of the Belgian national team, and he's a top player. Say when who players get to say Kamaldeen Sulemana, and then you realize that Kamaldeen Sulemana is a quality. So when who play a bit to say Jeremy Doku from outside with some nimble-footedness now, and you feel like Jeremy Doku is a quality. This is the player, but there's a big problem. Chelsea have already met the entourage of Yohan Bakayoko. Bakayoko plays for Belgium, like I said earlier on in there, and you see he plays in the Dutch Eredivisie. Now there's a big problem for Chelsea. The big problem is that one, Chelsea doesn't have success in recent times for players who may feel Eredivisie anymore. So first of all is Hakim Ziyech, also an inside 10, somebody that's supposed to be that left-footed magician when Cesc Fabregas left Chelsea, but it never really happened. Until now, Chelsea had 2 players from the Eredivisie, and they're a little bit careful. Even for the talent of Noni Madueke, almost every player be at Chelsea better than Eredivisie, they're a little bit careful, because standard never Eredivisie ever from. If you compare that to the French Liga, so you compare the German Bundesliga or even the English League, a lower league. Even players if the Portuguese Liga are better than most players that come for the Eredivisie. In fact, in terms of talent identification and growth, the Portuguese Liga are a best place to buy a player, especially for a winger and then even a central midfielder. The best place are the Portuguese Liga. Now go back to the teams like Madrid. National players are to the Portuguese Liga. Go back to teams that are to players in the Portuguese League, and you see that most of the time these players are top quality. They are some of the best that you can find on the market. Now that's one of the problems with Yohan Bakayoko. Chelsea is here and entourage. Now the plan is that teams be to say Paris Saint-Germain. Of course, he named himself Paris Saint-Germain, so replace Kylian Mbappe in the summer. Obviously, the worst kept secret in world football is saying, and he said Kylian Mbappe is definitely going to go to Real Madrid. And when he goes, they need to fill in the boots of already. There is Ousmane Dembele. There is the two center forwards in there, Gonzalo Ramos, and then of course Randall Colomwani. The bigger issue is how to fill the spot, because for Ousmane Dembele, Obetima either on the right or on the left, on any of the flanks. But Juan Bakayoko is somebody that can also play on the right. So if Ousmane Dembele is playing on the left, he plays on the right, and it's quality. Now, apart from Paris Saint-Germain, the only team which interact is Chelsea. So Chelsea have gone in, met his entourage, spoken to them, told them about their plans for the player Johan Bakayoko. The only reservation Chelsea have is the fact that Johan Bakayoko is on the Eredivisie. In recent times, the team hasn't had success with players that they bought from the Eredivisie. Now, that's just one thing. Now, one of the things you're supposed to get also is that the fee with respect to Johan Bakayoko, like Abrante for Nico Williams, 50 million thereabouts. Nico has a buyout clause. Johan doesn't have a buyout clause. So people are just pitching it around that, and there's a possibility there's going to be a tug of war for the player, your friend Johan Bakayoko. But we wait to see how all of those things go about our Eredivisie. And then also the teams that can possibly they may get Johan Bakayoko away from Chelsea, Dortmund, Manchester City, Liverpool, possibly they want to get Abrante for Johan Bakayoko. Apart from him, there is another player that Chelsea are eyeing. So Chelsea at centre back a little bit light, kakra. So you see the Abrante, Levaco, Lepra, Bernabella, she left in a recover, especially at right centre back. And Abrante, and Thiago Silva is definitely going to lead Chelsea at the end of the season. So it means that Chelsea needs to fill up that gap. With Axel Disasi and Wesley Fofana is definitely going to return for injury. There is no certainty so every game next season. There's a possibility that ACL may recur, and if it recurs, Chelsea needs a backup, especially if Thiago Silva is going. But Chelsea are looking for options. First of all, I told you earlier on in some of my previous videos, I'm a catcher in the analysis, and I spoke about a guy called Ousmane Diamonde, top quality LCB, RCB, everything that you want to get from him, especially on the ball. He plays for Sporting Lisbon, the Portuguese Liga. He played for Ivory Coast in the Ivorian national team at African Cup of Nations. But Chelsea are looking for options. And the next one is a player that plays for Fulham. He plays for Fulham. And then his name is Anthony Robinson. And of course, he's a player on with iron, top quality player. Can play at left back. He can play at centre back. He's a little bit more versatile. No, I think he's an American, very, very versatile. He's an aggressive player. They feel like they need that personality, that mentality. And also, Chelsea have met with the agent in plans to make sure that they start talking to people by the summer. It's a big summer coming up for Chelsea, and they want to make sure that they speak to almost everybody that they have to talk to about in there. So, first of all, the plan is to go ahead and talk to Johan Bakayoko's people. They've done that, and then of course, there's a story about getting this done. Now, there's another player that Chelsea have also spoken to his entourage. This player has been courted by Real Madrid, but before that, Eric Ten Hag has an issue, and I think that Manchester United are doing things wrong if they let Eric Ten Hag go. And I'm delving into this conversation part because also maybe Eric Ten Hag free as a coach, the kind of job he did at Ajax Amsterdam, the Jima or Babaye or Real Madrid at Manchester United as it stands now. This is the second season. Then you just oppose it to a Juma all there about the 5 managers or more about at Manchester United. You talk about post Alex Ferguson, David Moyes, Louis van Gaal. There has been Jose Mourinho. There has been, of course, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There has been what's his name, Ralf Rangnick, and then of course now Eric Ten Hag has also been there. Now you put all of these jobs into perspective. Then you ask yourself, say, is Eric Ten Hag deserving of another time at Manchester United? And in my opinion, you need to listen to this very well because they're very important in terms of the conversation of Eric Ten Hag.
I said Dave Brestford. Now, the whoever be here and I pay our discussions because of the front pages of England and I pay. Say, Udu England go especially in Manchester, the city of Manchester. Star Sports anymore. Any other front pages that are sports pro or England. There are two things. One of them, you can answer. Next one, you can answer. First one, British for any person here to streamline sports finances, and on it, we'll talk about that later. But the main thing, Gary Southgate, almost say Sir Jim Ratcliffe, clear in his mind. Say, Namia address a season in the summer. Say, Eric Ten Hag be free United. The man is going to be Gary Southgate. Now, for Manchester United fans like yourself, Biggie Chains mo, any United phobia the question I ask myself, he said, no, na baby also. Gary Southgate, name free as a manager. He drew the level of Manchester United does he meet the requirements of the new owners in T? And I say because he's an English person, and it's one person in the show now. Because on surface value, so Usha Gary Southgate, now they need to turn any so now compared to even Eric Ten Hag, I don't think he matches the quality at club level. Emphasis because so Usha Eric Ten Hag at club level, at Ajax Amsterdam, at Bayern second side, reserve side, no, he had shown quality going to the Champions League semi-final with Sir Ajax and Kran, which is seen as one of the best Ajax teams in recent times. I was our team. Almost all of the young boys and they are taking over world football like Mohamed Kudus, yes, Anthony Mo, Ekahubi, Ryan Gravenberch, Hakim Ziyech, Ekasa team. At the time they had Quincy Promise on with team. Andre Onana was imposed. Top team. And Eric Ten Hag say. But even so, Obabe PM of Manchester United, no, in terms of delivery, in terms of the ball, but in terms of the tactics, Nieman Koye, per the United standard. And the funny thing is, they be United for us. Oh, Nieman Koye, we want better from Eric Ten Hag. We want the team to play better. We want the team to win more. Also, league standings, this one, they are up there close to the top 4 than Oma Kenina. And also the project of Arsenal, the project of City, the project of Liverpool, and only when actually United, but still almost competing. Eric Ten Hag in his first season went to play in a cup final too. But new owners, they say they are looking at Gary Southgate. And on the front page, big Southgate, you are the one. Times changing. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is calling shots at Manchester United. Ratcliffe wants England boss at Old Trafford. Okay, story Caribbean. It tells you what Ineos group for no epe.
Open me answer.
Yeah. Is Southgate the one?
Me answer no come say NS do entry on Facebook come so become me. Asese a we no say Southgate. Shia. Maybe
on the England for now call.
Oh, Chama, you moving on. Oh.
Two was here.
Guys,
we are watching. Maybe there's somebody else in there on one person Bekasa. But one person what has Gary Southgate also done for the English national team? The last time at the World Cup, they did very well. At the Euros, I'm going to find out Italy in the free.
Yeah.
And
football is coming home.
Yes, and slowly England for only believe he said, football is coming together and it's going to come home. Maybe Euros whereby in Germany may be the one.
But that this coach.
And yet Gary Southgate.
He's not the man.
But
that's how we confuse now.
No, can say England for now have seen improvement under Gary Southgate. Most on Eric Ten Hag. Right? That has been your stance from day one.
Yeah.
Maybe the Arabian catch say, in my opinion, I don't think that there is a need to sack Eric Ten Hag to see. I don't think so. The Arabian catch say the problem at United was a sporting structure. Now, until say now there is a new sporting structure under Ineos for now. Now, of course, say the Bresley in charge of every sporting decision so key among them in the summer they say they would assess Eric Ten Hag. If he isn't the man for the future and on a perspective, as a club, definitely they would want to change him. Managers know they hold him. But which of them will fit Manchester United? Because Rich Ache, since Alex Ferguson time, David Moyes Abba, Louis Van Gaal Abba, Jose Mourinho Abba, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer Abba, what's his name, Ralf Rangnick Abba. Then there has been Eric Ten Hag Abba. And you remember that time and now, Eric Ten Hag, ever be Pimo United. Louis Van Gaal was clear. He was very, very clear to Eric Ten Hag. And a lot of the Dutch people on by United, they said they shouldn't come because the structure at United was broken. It's my opinion. Say, also, fix the structure now. Fix the structure. Give him one more season under the good structure because the first season was under the bad structure. Rich, me say, my last game I'm winning Liverpool boy, you know. Although I think Liverpool did not play well, but that was one of the few games that I saw what Eric Ten Hag wants to do. He said Ten Hag is very transitional, but still to control the game. It's already the goalkeeper and the control ball. But you will transit quickly and hit your opponent. So, my last goal at Ahmad Eshe, you know, was a clear example of what Eric Ten Hag wants to do at Manchester United. Maybe I don't think that there is the need to rush and sack Eric Ten Hag to see, and then go and bring in Gary Southgate. Say Moko Amose money Friday say Serge Ratcliffe and Ineos Fono and General. Because for me, definitely Eric Ten Hag doesn't look like Gary Southgate doesn't look like he's the man. Now apart from Southgate in Kahwana and Kawe fan. Apart from Gary Southgate in Kahwana and Kawe fan.
CCA. Oh, I say coach is no cry. Why?
Set Thomas Tuchel a Buffy.
Tuchel. So no, so finished business or Chelsea.
There be England.
Oh, England. But no specific.
There be.
It was very, very specific. Say Chelsea will win as or unit.
Na AM Pamo Pochettino. Chelsea in Pam Pochettino.
Okay, fine. So we are available. Why not be able to consider? So, but Gary Southgate, Pacho. I don't know.
Move for Xavi now. Say Xavi fi Barca.
Xavi. Oh, Xavi mo ne profile. As a coach, I don't think they're very fit United.
And I'm hoping Roberto De Zerbi.
Game, the English game, I click and run. So, Hanty, I prepare baby, I don't think he's our man.
But now the top coaches have mixed the two. So, also succeed.
But a chance on a fact.
Obviously,
if over here, on set Guardiola be fast city. Our chance says over ball the Spanish papa. So Bray as an efa. Ebia at that time, next city ain't said that yet team pressure will be because a middle table team. Yen shed down pressure. United
before Guardiola
for 2 years as a
before Guardiola
na
City aje with your friend saying Roberto Mancini.
No, and I may say Sabe na City nyegidi zene. He said there's a Guardiola down. I say City are big.
No, but Richardo, I see, and I see this and come manager.
No, Manchester a result-oriented club. Forget about say for the past 5-6 years, yen said that ye be gidi our club level. That's what I say. But umpo. So your coach now be for Manchester. Na first season, second season, you forget about say over by if you be
no, Rich, me to and me person come we are here because we are in common across all the various TV rooms. So go K University campus, Oko UEW campus, Oko Kumasi Poly campus. The TV rooms that because these are the conversations that go on over there. Even on your streets now, Rich. But Debian Yameka, and I've said it several times with Chelsea and Mirror's analysis, the mama say in modern game in Pempeni James Isiano, you can't just win by putting 2 and 2 together. And it's sustainable. Say obi wa beto team or sustainable success or park and so. Say never translate it into business money. Ever good bottom. Say ene on your success not ochina wenya. It is not sustainable, and he will not go that model. And every club will be on yasi. I was saying serious football. We would want sustainable success, even if it takes time. Maybe I can say result oriented. What is result? I don't think it's a result here. 2-0, 1-0. You're winning 3 points and no. I think it's about the steady growth and how it goes from step to step, even when you are not winning, even when you are drawing. Times been one but draw been one lose match, but there's supposed to be some growth in there, and that's what I've said. Say, regardless of whatever any manager is doing, say growth to him. That's a senior man. You judge him based on growth. Then because maybe on side direction, but it's supposed to be on that level. For me, Debbie, and you know, create, and I'm catching, and you know, create.
So, what coach me? Who you coach me? Who's your coach? What coach Real Madrid? Say, team ni improve those here and get trophies, but okay, game be able be improve. Now, for Euro Press, what to them was a we improve.
No, how many years?
They won't take it.
No. Oh, he took it.
There are certain clubs.
No, he took
standard. No, I said, "I'm own team
No, Richardo. You see, regardless of standard, Xavi Bebe for Barcelona. How long has he been? What did they see in their first season? They now also. And
then Barcelona fans can they?
No. Barcelona, the powers that be at Barcelona, Xavi wants to leave because when they say they don't see in those vision for himself.
It's because supporters need to say.
Or by first time,
result no they and yeah, Barcelona result.
No, that's what you think over here. But and yes, Xavi no do mo J-League no. That's Odomo J-League no. Per the assessment of the commune, Matteo Alimani, manager, and Kraft, no more at those times now. They thought that he was the good man. First season. Even beyond the group stages. League. This time he has gone beyond that. So okay, say change because Barca has won the Champions League before. What about Madrid? What about teams are also injecting money?
And I make you say
you can go back to Real Madrid.
Madrid standard among and Utina at Real Madrid. Capello G League. As a chairman, League by
oh, of course.
Yeah, Pamano.
I didn't
know coach or yes, yeah, Pam.
No, I didn't know Pamano.
It's because I'm Madrid. Standard no man, because I'm set your mom. I did a Capello Abedino Chechada. I'm born on exactly. What I'm saying is, Sadia Woka the womb, but your club says I never know.
No.
Asranum, Everton, you know, middle. What is Debbie?
You see? Now, what is David?
What is David?
Now don't count your
maybe Pochettino, you would have Pochettino, yeah. Pochettino and the oh, can I say no, the baby, whatever I can pay. So we tell the supporters 10. It wouldn't never catch us up, Papa.
Because we're a supporter. Because we're a supporter. Me,
and you think that the owners of Charles in them, Papa Nero.
When they are seeing progress.
What is progress?
Mami church will progress. It's all beside progress. Let me tell you progress.
Ah, church will progress me because I'm a Chelsea progress me movie.
Okay, progress they say. Before we for team, many people are comparing watch 8 goals and assists the whole season. Can have it. And we have for this time. When you have about 4 or 5 players all who inside progress no. We have cup final twice. We have cup final 1. Semi-final beam. That's progress in their cup.
Okay.
Points already last season as to stand this now or more points than that. It's just that teams are doing more into the league table or that's what 11th. In his opinion, Obefa than me a fan. Maybe because me so I no pass at and upon my me watch it. Now me better me TV when I me Chris Jackson but sabo we are. And I agree with every fan.
Okay.
But what every fan also has to understand is that those that own the club actually beyond results and which they had truths. Because see Debiana Obi Transnoka say Todd Ball you clueless. Somebody's clueless. I see an announcement say Obi and the Germany say or your equity owner. Oba beto who business e faili. Not Nisika Shimu or every business no. Na generating billions. How can you call this person clueless? They hardly make wrong financial decisions. In Kagana Kebeka say Nisemo doing, Nisemo ya. They make the stringent of financial decisions. Sometimes, even for Real Madrid, go back to the Real Madrid now. Manchester United almost 10 years in Yamoye, and at the level of the club, the level of the club.
Coaches now.
It doesn't work. 10 years, you've done the same thing. Have you ever catch it's insanity? So we hear the same thing over and over again. Now we get the same results. How?
No, and me tell what I say. But only when I be take the proper decision. If your coaches be a co-form don't buy no. No when your coaches say co-form don't buy. Finito.
But, so sometimes you have to take the proper coach and they give the coach time to do.
And you do that. Oh, me amo season me.
Mate.
Yeah, chairman. So
all the United I share my time.
Auntie, you do say. Ya mi shira ona. Chinebe sessia.
Southgate beba.